Time now for Media Watch. I'm joined by our Media Watch correspondent, no less, James Creedon. James, as ever, you spent a very busy time sifting through the internet, checking all the trends. Tell us where you started.
Summing up the internet in 4 minutes. I'm not sure it's possible.
You could do it 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months.
You could do it a long time. We'll start with these pictures, Mark, that we were looking at earlier. This was played on the French news this evening. Looters just bringing box after box after box of material out of one of the many shops. Do we have those pictures?
Let's see those pictures then.
Here we go.
Does this show that the French news is 4 days behind everyone else, or what?
I think it just shows that they're still talking about it. This is really, I suppose, captured people's imaginations.
It's impactful
the extent
stuff, isn't it?
to which that one. Let's have a look at an ad done by Plantu. Now, he's a cartoonist, as you know well, Mark, for Le Monde, and he's pointing out the role of mobile phones and social media in what happened in the UK over the last week or two. And if we can have a look at that ad, basically it features a big, massive mobile phone over this looter, kind of dressed as a punk, kind of cowering, what would you say, over the establishment. And it points, I suppose, the risk that social media pose really to the status quo.
I think it's really unfair. Plantu's stuff's usually very good, but depicting this sort of punk rocker like that is a bit unfair, because if you look at all the mugshots of the people
involved, they're not exactly punks.
They don't look like punk rockers. They just look like,
they definitely don't.
Scallies on the street taking advantage of stuff.
Exactly. So I think he's taken a few liberties. But let's look.
He's allowed to. He's a cartoonist.
He's got a point, I suppose, in the sense that social media really have played a role. Facebook cases trigger criticism of disproportionate riot sentences. Now that's the headline in The Guardian. If we can just check it out on the computer now, that's because yesterday 2 sentences were handed down to a 20-year-old from Northwich. Northwich, is that correct pronunciation?
Northwich is very near where I was brought up.
Right.
It's a small town in Cheshire.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he was one of them, and then another guy, 22 years old, from Warrington. They got 4-year sentences for inciting rioting on Facebook, social media.
So this is 4 years for putting something on Facebook which said, I predict a riot, let's go and do it.
And the thing is, it didn't really have any tangible results. No one can point to what they did having actually had a result. Now, also, not alone did that happen, but a 17-year-old, who hasn't been named, I presume, because he's a minor, has been banned from using Facebook for 12 months. Now, that's because he said, he wrote a message on his Facebook page on the 9th of August, "Come on, rioters, I think we should start rioting. It's about time we stop the authorities," etc., etc., etc. Banned from it for 12 months.
Excuse me stopping you. So if that happened in a place like Iran, if that happened in a place like Syria, or dare I say it, North Korea, we'd now be saying this is appalling, this is a police state, this is dreadful.
Right.
But this has happened in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. I think that the lines between what the behaviour in a totalitarian state are and what the behaviour in a Western democracy, what the line of thinking politically and even in the courts is becoming a little bit blurry.
Putting that on Facebook is one thing, but again, it's just words.
That's right.
It is just words,
it's sort of a worrying trend, and it shows the extent to which the authorities are worried about social media.
Okay,
now, we'll just
move
quickly. I want to play these pictures. This is Prada's new autumn-winter ad campaign. Now, I'll show the pictures first. This is on the front page of. I think, I'm not sure if we have it. It should be a photo of the Prada ad for. It's an Oeuvre Prada, and in any case, what it shows is. I suppose it's kind of shocking pictures, actually, because just
why
to explain this.
Tell us why it shocked you.
Andrea Harden is the name of the actor of the model in question, and Andrea is 13 years old, and that's
so this is a 13-year-old girl being used
now,
in Prada's
I'll play
ad
it here.
campaign.
We have it on the computer, and if we see the start of it, I think it's pretty shocking, because what you see is the model caressing her foot, caressing her leg, and going further up, and then caressing her Prada clothing, and it shows really, I suppose, a worrying trend in the media, or in the fashion industry, of a sort of an over-sexualization of very young models. And in fact, RTL Radio in France is pointing out that this isn't the only incident. This is a model for Miu Miu fashion house.
Yeah.
She's 14 years old. And even Marc Jacobs, that model, is 13 years old. Now, obviously, those pictures are less provocative.
Kate Moss was like, adolescent when she started modelling, wasn't she? I mean, this has been going for a while, and maybe people should examine why it's allowed to happen.
Right.
Kids
Worrying
should be allowed to be
trend
kids.
in fashion and media.
James, as ever, thank you very much indeed. James Creedon, our man with his eye on the media for Media Watch. Stay with us, more news to come. This is France 24.